Hi everybody, good evening. Could we all start taking a seat now?
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see, getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the bleacher and the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brink of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night? Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. Colossal we come, these renegades in the ring, where the lost get found and we crown them the circus kings. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. It's blinding, outshining anything that you know. Just surrender, cause it's coming and you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, intoxicating you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. Where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the walls can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. This is the greatest show.
Hi everyone, I'd now like to introduce one of the most vibrant and caring people I know. Whenever Senora walks into any room, she lights it up. Having Senora as a teacher for the past 2 years has been a privilege, and I think I speak on behalf of my senior class when I say that. With me personally, I would not consider myself a fluent Spanish speaker by any means, but Senora has taught me the true power of consistent practice and effort. She's been a true mentor and someone I will dearly miss. I'd now like to welcome Senora Morales.
Good evening, everyone. Ay, ahora sí. Good evening, everyone. My name is Aurora Morales. Gracias, mi niña preciosa. And I'm here. I have the honor and the privilege to welcome all of you to the senior banquet of the fabulous class of 2022. I welcome all the students, but I welcome the families because we're celebrating them and we're celebrating you. As we were watching the video, we were thinking how time flies. Your parents, you remember when you were taking those pictures, correct? And it feels like yesterday. We're here to reflect on the past, to honor the present, but most importantly, we're here to celebrate the future of these brilliant young men and women right here in front of us. It will be a wonderful celebration, And I'm gonna call to the podium. Oh no, right now we have a beautiful video for you to enjoy. Let's start tonight.
Hey seniors, this is Brad Fortune, Chief of Police here in Keller. I just want to say congratulations on graduating and I wish you the best of luck in the future. We'll be rooting for you. Take care.
Congratulations, seniors. This is Chief Ard, Westlake Fire EMS Department. We would like to say thank you for all the hard work you did this year. On behalf of Westlake,
congratulations, seniors.
Congratulations, seniors of 2022. We are so very proud of everything you have accomplished this year. Thank you for letting us be a part of your educational walk, and we so look forward to all you will accomplish in the future. Congratulations!
We're gonna be celebrating you all night. Alrighty, and right now I'm gonna ask Haley Dempsey to come here for the national anthem.
If you will please rise for the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now we're going to welcome Gabriel Kelly for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise once again for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in the Texas Pledge of Allegiance. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Please take your seat. Thank you. Okay, right now I'm gonna ask Mohammed Sayed to do the invocation for tonight.
Hello and good evening. Prior to conducting a moment of prayer and reflection, I would like to ask everybody to join me in a moment of silence for those who were killed and the recent school shooting that occurred in Texas. As we reflect on the accomplishments of the class of 2022, I would like to take a few moments to say a few words. We are thankful for this opportunity to celebrate the class of 2022 and their accomplishments. We are thankful for having made it through such a hard school year and through IB exams, IAs, and the late nights of studying. We are thankful for the memories we have made and the fun times we have had. We are thankful for the efforts and sacrifices of parents, teachers, staff, administrators, and all those who have been involved in having gotten us here. We hope and pray for success in the present, future, and for assistance in all the great things that we will go on to do. We hope and pray that we will continue to hold up the standard of excellence that we as a class have become known for. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. Right now, we are going to serve our dinner, and while we're having our dinner, we are going to have our video.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kyle Pinstone. I'm a graduating senior here at Westlake Academy, and I will be introducing Mayor Sean Kilbride. Mayor Kilbride is a long-time Westlake resident. He and his wife have 2 children, Alex and Max, who attend Westlake Academy. He, his sister, and 2 brothers are all graduates of the United States Military Academy at Westlake. After a career in the military focused on intelligence during crucial times, he has established himself in the private sector supporting the military and intelligence needs of our government. Please give a warm welcome to Mayor Kilbride.
I was ready for the speech like an hour ago. You guys changed it up on me. Good evening. I'm Mayor Sean Kilbride. On behalf of the Town of Westlake and the Board of Trustees, I wish to say congratulations. To your parents, I say thank you for trusting us with the education of your wonderful and talented children. Also, parents, may I suggest that given the current supply chain issues going on in the world, that you act now ordering the new ping pong or foosball tables for your soon-to-be spare bedrooms. They're probably a good investment. Get it now. I also have 2 children who are blacksmiths. I am delighted to have the opportunity to be mayor and support our children in a wonderful school. My children are also very happy about my new position, though they were a bit disappointed to learn the next day that we would not be moving into the White House. They were confused. They thought I was campaigning for something else. However, I literally had a kid with a suitcase. However, they're still hopeful that we can establish a golden doodle friendly restaurants in every Westside street corner. Apparently told their class that I was going to do that. All kidding aside, I'm proud to have the opportunity here to praise and support our blacksmiths. Stories of blacksmiths date back all the way to Roman mythology. One interesting story in Roman mythology is the god Vulcan, who was cast off Mount Olympus for a physical impairment. But that didn't stop him. Vulcan was a blacksmith, and he showed resilience and grit in honing his skill for forging metal through the use of fire, despite his disability, and recognized later on as being for his cast out. Through his hard work, his skills later were recognized by the gods that cast him out, and eventually he became the designer of the most well-known Roman antiquities and devices in mythological stories such as Jupiter's lightning bolts, Mercury's winged helmet, and even Pandora's box. Vulcan, a talented blacksmith, possessed one of the most important traits for ensuring success: resilience and grit. Despite all the obstacles, he came back and proved his worth to the world. Our class of 2022 blacksmiths has shown resilience during a great pandemic and other challenges. But that didn't stop them from succeeding. Your resilience carried you to success and got you here today. Your IB traits and resilience will continue to serve you well in the world. Oops, sorry. Because successful people aren't those that never stumble or fall over obstacles. They are people with the resilience to keep rising. And thank you very much and congratulate you very much. And Nolan, West Point Hardy School. I'm just going to tell you right now, you're going to love it. It's like Florida State. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Now, I'm going to call Ms. Liz Mitsonis to the podium to introduce one of our speakers. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Michelle Bryson has been the Westlake Academy Executive Director for 8 continuous years. Not only was she the Executive Director, but she was also our TOK teacher. She was a TOK teacher in order to further her connection with Westlake Academy students, and that was deeply appreciated by all. Dr. Michelle Bryson plans to retire this year, and on behalf of my class, I would like to tell you that we will miss you so much. Dr. Bryson, please come to the stage.
Before I began, I just want you to know that the last thing I did before leaving my office is I signed your diplomas. So we're one step closer. So this is a good thing. But let me begin by congratulating the graduating class of 2022. Let's give them one more round of applause. I know that I speak for your moms and dads when I say, where did the time go? I know for them that it seems like in just a blink of an eye, you went from the nursery to your kindergarten classroom. You went from, in another blink of an eye, you went from primary to secondary, and then another blink, you ended up here tonight. But in reality, it has been a journey at a very rigorous IB World School. And so as you move beyond Westlake Academy, we want you to know that you're extraordinary young people. You are scholars, leaders, humanitarians, and global citizens. You are also distinguished, athletic, creative, and remarkable. Before graduation day, I want you to hear these words. You are fortunate scholars. You have been given the gift of an IB World education. It is a gift that you will unwrap many times in your life, a gift that will allow you to solve problems that others cannot, a gift that will provide you the tools to think critically, open-mindedly, and think differently as you balance your lives. There is no doubt that this gift will set you apart from your contemporaries. The bottom line is that the benefits of the IB World education that you have received will be with you throughout your journey. It has the power to help you transform our world, to help you find our common humanity, and make the world a better place. I encourage you to utilize this gift to its fullest degree, that you engage with it, harness the power it can play in your future. The Westlake Academy staff and I want you to remember your time with us. Adlai Stevenson once said, "Your days are short. These are the last of your springs. And now in the serenity and quiet of this lovely place, touch the depth of truth. And don't forget when you leave why you came." Knowing the why in life is fundamental. It is a big part of constructing and deconstructing how we know what we know. Sounds familiar? It should. It is the essence of TOK. Your ability to examine a topic from multiple points of view will serve you well. So know that you do not leave empty-handed. You are armed with the tools for success. You are prepared for the next chapter of your lives. As you adjust to your new reality of life beyond Westlake Academy, we want you to hold to the unchanging principles of the learner profile. It is the act of unwrapping the learner profile, the peeling of the layers, where you will find and discover the true bounty of the gift of an IB World Education. To do so, you must remember and never forget that learning is a lifelong, unstoppable endeavor. It is an ongoing process of transformation. As an IB graduate, lifelong learning is easy to do if you let your curiosity lead the way. Simply put, read, listen, think, and reflect on your world. And then think some more, and read some more. And know that knowledge is power. One of my favorite quotes is from Alvin Toffler, the noted writer and futurist. He asserts in his book, Rethinking the Future, that the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. This quote encapsulates the essence of an IB World Education. To excel in a global marketplace, you will need to be an agile and flexible lifelong learner, capable of re-examining and able to pivot to retool your skills while being open-minded and open to the art of possibilities. New knowledge often makes current knowledge obsolete. In order to move towards our dreams and aspirations, we must welcome new knowledge. We must be open-minded. The power of Toffler's words lies in the unlearning and relearning. I leave you with the words of Eleanor Roosevelt. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So we encourage you to explore the art of possibilities. Take risks, dream big, exert grit, read, take more risks, read some more, dream bigger, retool your thinking, and know that the real power lies within you. You are incredible, and we love you, and we are so proud of you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Dr. Bryson. And to continue this evening, I'm going to call to the podium Mr. Kai Guzman and Dominique Jimenez.
We are proud to introduce our first keynote speaker.
Miss Yi. I'm sure we got a lot of things that everyone wants to talk about Miss Yi, but I bet many of you have been in a math class after a long, hard lesson and thought to yourself, well, what's next? I bet you were not expecting a random quiz of old 80s music.
I'm sure that we can all agree that early morning math classes are not the best thing when you're trying to wake up. But nothing fails to wake you up like screaming that you can hear through the walls of Miss Yi's room.
Finally, after a math test, when you're hanging out with your friends, nothing seems to lighten the mood than a grade alert from Miss Yi after she graded a test that seemingly you took 5 minutes ago. In all seriousness, this woman has pushed us to be who we are today, and I cannot thank her enough.
Without further ado, Miss Yi.
Okay, I'm so nervous. I want to start off by talking about the moms in this room. I am a mother, and I'm so nervous. Your mom, before she had you, before she became a mother, was this amazing, beautiful, carefree, no worries woman. I know it's hard to believe, but she was. She was what you would call lit, dripped out, dripping. And then something happens. She becomes a mother. And I don't think you will ever understand how profound that is for her. It is the most life-changing experience in her life. It is. It changes who she is at the very core. It changes her worldview. When she had you in the hospital, she's still fine, she's on drugs. She's okay. What changes is when she's released from the hospital. She and her husband and her newborn baby will walk to the car. He will pull up the car, he'll open the back door, and she'll see this car seat. And the first thing she will notice is the angle of the car seat. She would be like, did he, when he installed the car seat, it looks like 45, it should be at 30, and you might think, why would she even care? Because this is your head when you're born. And she knows the moment she lays you on there that your head will just wobble because it's you just have to pi over 4 radians instead of pi over 6 radians. That's the way I would think. Like, this actually happened to your mother. You just have to believe me. And she will place you in that car seat, and she has to make the first big decision of her life as a mother. And you will not understand this until you're a mom. You are swaddled. But when she puts you in the car seat, she has to decide, do I unswaddle the baby and put the arms through? Or do I keep the baby in the swaddle? Because the baby is sleeping. All the while, your dad's like. But she wants an answer. What do I do? So she takes a risk. I left my baby in the swaddle. How about you? In the swaddle? Okay. Now, so she buckles the seatbelt. Before this moment, your mom and dad had ridden in cars together, like for years. And it was no big deal. She never really noticed his driving. Yeah, sometimes he would be kind of slow to change the lane on the highway, or he might, park in a really bad spot. I don't know why he's parking over here, but they never fought about it. Well, the moment she gets back and sits in the back seat with you, your dad will do something that will change his life forever. He will press the gas pedal. And it's at the same pressure as before. But what it does is it makes the baby kind of low. And he is looking through the rearview mirror. He sees your mom's face. And this is the first time he'll ever see this look. And he doesn't know what that look is. And what that look means is, did you change your mind about wanting to be a father? Like, why are you trying to drive like that? That is the first time that your mom ever realized truly what a horrible driver your dad is. But he hasn't changed at all. He's driving the exact same way. And the next 15 minutes of that drive home will last like an hour. It does. every turn, every stop. The whole time your dad is like sweating. He sees this green light. He's just praying he makes it through green, because if it stops, he knows when he looks in the mirror, your mom is like this. Like, you gotta go. And what happens, and it always happens, the baby will cry. You will cry. And if you've ever, the first time your mom hears you cry in the car, she feels so helpless because she can't pick you up. She's just sitting in the back of the car. Oh, you'll be okay. While giving your dad psycho eyes. And while your dad is just sitting there looking, just sweating, like just wanting to get home. That's like the first 10 minutes of your life outside of the hospital. That's what your mom will feel the next 3 months of your life from the day that you're born. Her singular focus will be literally your survival, to keep you alive at all costs. And I am not kidding. For the next 3 months, this is how she sleeps. I am not kidding. This is exactly how she's sleeping. She will never, ever fall into REM sleep. Your dad is snoring. It's very strange. But your mom will not get, and depending on what type of sleeper, it could be 3 months, it could be up to 7 months. The reason I say this is for the next 18 years, during different phases of your life, she is just concerned about your survival. Whether it's physical survival, social survival, mental survival, college survival, high school survival, that's all she's worried about. Survive. They got to get this kid to survive. Okay, there's this one period in your life where she really doesn't care about your survival because she's more worried about her survival. And those are the 8th, 9th grade years. And she loves you during this time, but she doesn't necessarily like you. Like, I am certain that perhaps more than a few times when you were leaving for school, she kind of made a gesture with her hand as you were leaving. But those years pass, and once you get into college, you'll hear it. She can relax. Like she knows, oh, you'll be okay. So she thinks. Because one day she is sitting there, dinner table, enjoying her coffee. Oh, this is so good. And she'll see you walk by and do some mundane task. It's so simple, it doesn't even matter at the moment. And she's looking at you, and she'll look at you like this. Oh, my goodness. I have been so busy preparing my son or daughter for this professional life, he doesn't know how to make a sandwich. She doesn't know how to pump gas. Those little menial tasks, she will like rewind in her head like, oh my God, you're not a tape recorder. Like she's rewinding. Do you guys know what a tape recorder sounds like? And she's rewinding and she's replaying. Did I ever teach my son or daughter the basic stuff? And so she now goes into survival mode again, and she has a mental checklist. There is a checklist of things since January that she has wanted to make sure that she checks off before you leave. And I know it's crazy. She's acting kind of weird. Oh, let's do this, let's do that. When you drive to college, when she takes you to Closet Mate or the Container Store, you just have to let her buy what she needs to buy. You're going to have to trust that all that stuff will fit in your dorm. She has measurements. She's gone to the website. She already knows. I want you to realize how much your mom loves you. And I can only speak as a mother. I can't speak as a dad. Maybe Alex will. Sorry, Alex. Her life for the past 18 years has been about you. My son's 14, it's going to happen to me. So I'm going to ask you to do this one thing for your mom. And it's not to say thank you. You know how I feel about thank yous. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Enough of the thank yous. And she doesn't even want to thank you. You have to trust me on this. She does not want you to say thank you. She just wants to know that you will be okay. That is it. That you will be happy, content. So when you go to college, you're not going to like this, but that's fine. I have to say it. For the first 3 months, at least, you have to text her every day. Once a day. You do. Once a day. That text is not some control thing. It is literally to let her know that each day you text her, you're okay. That is it. It will give her a peace of mind every single day that you text her. And for once, she will be able to close that second eye and finally get some REM sleep. Moms, I love you. You guys are so awesome. You did such a fabulous job with the seniors this year, the lunches, everything that happened this week. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you. No clap. Text. No, she doesn't need the applause. She needs text. Text. Now. There you go. Okay. The second most defining moment in my life didn't change my worldview like motherhood. It literally altered the course of my life. Like pretty much my life has gone the way it's planned. I know people have a lot of life-defining moments, but I've only had 2. And I think it's because I'm exceptional. I'm sorry. I think I'm the exception to the rule. I'm sorry. I think I'm the exception to the rule. On April 2nd, 2019, my husband sat me down and he told me he was leaving his job. These are so easy. He told me that he was leaving his job for a new job. And his current job at the time was about a 45 to an hour commute. And his new job was a 0-minute commute. He was going to work from home. And I don't know why. So this was 13 years since I had ever talked. And I don't know why, but that night, I just decided to go on the Westlake Academy website and see if they had any job openings. I knew. Why is that funny? Why is that funny? No more alcohol. No more alcohol. Okay. The only reason why I knew about Westlake was my son in 2012 was number 1 on the waiting list. He started at 15 and actually worked his way down to number 1. Where's Shelly Myers? He didn't get it. Anyway, I looked for a job opening and there was one. It said MYP Algebra 1 teacher. And I was like, doesn't hurt. I'll apply. I doubt anyone will hire me. It's been 13 years. I'll just send in my resume. A week later, I got a call for an interview. I remember this interview day. I remember sitting in the office. I was sitting across from Miss Guillet waiting for Stacy Stoyanov, and Dr. Bryson walks by. She stops. She stops to talk to some old guy. I don't know who it is. It doesn't matter. And the old guy says, "What about Terry Davis's room?" Now remember, I don't know who Terry is. I don't know what this room is. And she says, "Oh, Stacy knows the perfect teacher for the DP math position." And so I was like, whew, thank goodness the eighth grade algebra teacher position isn't taken. So Stacy finally comes in, he takes me to the office, and we're interviewing, and he keeps talking about pre-calculus, SL1, SL2, and I'm like, okay, whatever, but I'm here for the Algebra 1 job. And then Sarah Thomas comes in, And she's like, oh yeah, that IA, God, I'm real busy. She was a little late and she just keeps talking about the IA. And I'm like, what's the IA? And she begins to talk about SL1 and SL2 like it's the worst thing ever. And Stacy is getting mad at her, and they're just kind of this good cop, bad cop thing. And it turns out that I would probably be better not served as an 8th grade teacher. So I decided to take the DP position, and it was the most exciting time of my life. I had missed teaching so much. And that summer I had worked, prepared for the first quarter, and I was thinking, oh, I'll have plenty of time during the year to prepare. And the first day, who was the first to come in? Where's Anthony? Anthony, Lucas? Lucas, where are you? Lucas, Gabe Kelly, where's Gabe? Where's Gabe? Oh, and Isabel Evans, who's no longer with us. She's not dead. She moved to Colorado. She's in Colorado. Those were the first four students that I met. And Haley Zutek, where is she? Do you remember what you would ask me almost every other week towards the end? Do you remember? Miss Shee, are we your favorite class? And I would always say it. No. I have a confession. I forgot what that confession was. That class was my favorite class ever. I had 22 students, pick-me students, try-hard students, I think that's what you guys call them. And the old people, they don't even understand the joke because they don't know what a pick-me is. And when you teach math, that's like a teacher's dream, are those try-hard students. I witnessed so many funny things in that class. I remember Pranav, poor Pranav. One day Pranav is just minding his own business, and Anthony is sitting there leaned over, and he's doing hand motions and stuff, and Pranav's just like, I was like, Anthony, what are you talking about? Do you remember what you were talking about? His latest Lego collection. And I was like, oh my God, Pranav, you're like the best friend ever. Because you could tell he didn't necessarily care, but Anthony was just so excited to talk about his Legos. Jacob Brooks, do you remember when you were sleeping? And I asked you to wake up, do you remember what you said? I'm praying. I talked to Jesus that night. You weren't praying. I forgive you. He forgives you. Haley, Dempsey, there's nothing bad. Your joie de vivre that you brought into class every single day, it makes it so easy for me to teach you. And I want you to know I really appreciate that. You weren't as vocal as necessarily the boys, and I want you to know that I saw you every day. Nitya, yours is kind of negative. Girl, when I give you 1 inch space to write an answer, that means the answer is probably short. You didn't seem to catch on to that. I was not going to come back. In March, I had decided as much as I enjoyed teaching then, they were going to be gone next year. And the juniors I had taught that year, they're all right. That year, you were a sophomore, Hannah. No, you were a sophomore that year. And so there was nothing really to look forward to next year because the pre-calc kids were going to HL1, and this is not a martyr statement, but like most first-year teachers that entered with me, like Llewellyn and Seaball, we were working 80 easy hours a week, that first year. It's just really rough. And I still had 3 kids. But something changed my mind. Dr. Owen asked me if I could teach HL1. And that was it. I wanted to teach those 22 kids again. That's how much I thought of you. I was going to sacrifice, I thought at the time 60 because I got 1 year under my belt, so that would reduce the time. But do you guys remember this thing called COVID? That happened the next year. That changed it, but just the thought of teaching you 22 students again, minus Isabel, who's no longer with us because she's in Colorado, was enough. You were enough. That's how much I thought of you. This is going to sound like I'm the boy who cries wolf, and that's fine. When the year started, do you guys remember how it started? We started off remote. And it wasn't bad. It was awkward, but it wasn't bad. Do you remember how we started in school? Do you guys remember the hybrid model where basically I saw you once a week? It was kind of weird. Where's Kaylee? I feel so bad for her. Where's Kaylee? Where's Kaylee? Kaylee, do you remember that my smartboard wasn't working? Do you guys remember that smartboard would glitch very early on in the year? And you wanted to tell me every time it glitched, and of course every time you told me I would overreact like, oh my God, when is this board gonna get fixed? And every time she's like, Miss Yee, the board stops working. And I go, oh my goodness. And then I had told some of you guys before, but the internet at the time was 2 megabits per second. Remember, that is in a Google Meet. When you took your first exam at school, I could not see any one of you at home. You were all little iCode files. So if you heard me say, oh, Sanders, gotta move your iPad, I am just talking crap. Because the internet was so slow. And do you remember, oh my gosh, do you remember the exam and then there was the fire alarm went off? I am like racing with the iPad down to the field area, and the whole time I have to give you an exam. I'm trying to explain the situation where it was, oh my God, do you remember Jamboard? Oh. By early November, I couldn't do it anymore. I actually resigned. Is that funny? I resigned. But something happened that week that I resigned. One student in particular, and I've already spoken to him about it, but I'm not going to bring his name. He's an HL student, and he made an 8 for the first time on this exam. God, I hate you, Lucas. That, along with, for some reason, instead of the 4 weeks it would take for the new smartboard to come, for some reason it just took a week. I don't know what happened with Spectrum, but within the same week, Spectrum fixed their internet issue and things were returning to normal. And the hybrid model was done. If you were in person, you could attend every single day. And I think that, along with Lucas, was the defining moment of whether or not I was going to stay. And it was Gabe McHale, where's Haley Zutak, Sindhu Kakani, Terrell, Ashwin. This was 6th period. We had a secret club, and I can't tell you about it because it's a secret. We had so much fun together. And they weren't just goofballs. You guys, they were so smart, so businesslike. They got the job done. This is not, but they made me laugh every single day. I'm not going to tell you the jokes. This is not necessary. And then my 3rd period. If there's ever a case for for an all-girls school. It's my third period. Hannah, Catherine, Dom, Demi, Kaylee, and Alexa. Oh, shut up. Look, I don't need to come. As a woman, you just make me so proud. See, I'm not sad. I'm just nervous. Where's Demi? You made the kindest gesture right here. Do you remember? She bought me a face mask because the one that was issued to us was so ridiculous. It literally lifted up my hair, it fogged up my glasses, and she spent her own money. Oh, and bought me a shield. That was so cool. Hannah, the support group that you have in that class, Dom, Catherine, one day when you weren't there, Demi, I had to spend 20 minutes of them showing me your art. Dr. Wood, I'm sorry, we had learned already. And they were just going on and on and on about what an amazing artist you were. Kaylee and Alexa. Where's Alexa? Where's Kaylee? I don't think I've ever witnessed two girl bosses just making sure each one was going to bring out the best. It was like watching two mini-me's, you know? No. I think as a woman, we always hear these stereotypes about girls being catty. And when you see these girls and you just don't know where that comes from. See, parents, this is so uncomfortable for the students because they never see me even feel any type of emotion besides just sarcasm and... Anyway, I decided to return one more year for those SL kids because they were just so fantastic. So I told myself, who else would teach them? Who else would make sure that David doesn't fall asleep in his Google Meet and I would have to call him and wake him up? Gripe Zayed out every single day. Where's Zayed? Where's your dad? Mr. Oswald, Zayed threw you under the bus every morning. He blamed you for being late to class every morning. Every morning. He always said it was you. I'm sorry, Nolan, for harassing you, but the moment you told me you were going to West Point, I thought it to be my duty to prepare you for Beast. And so I feel like you're well prepared, right? Okay, good. Anthony, if I don't stay, who limits the amount of thank yous he gives in a day? It's unreal. One time, he sent me a gift, and I sent him a thank you card. That's the end, correct? He comes to class the next day and says, Michi, thank you for the thank you card. See, I don't fall for that. So then I said, well, thank you for the thank you of the thank you card. So he kind of chuckles, and as he's leaving, I heard it. He said, thank you. There you go. Huh? Sindhu, you're not faster than a cheetah. You've got to stop saying that. I don't know why you keep saying that, but you're not faster than a cheetah. They're the fastest animals in the world. You've got to stop telling me that. I don't believe you. Lucas and Nicholas. Parents, this is going to be such an odd thing to say. If I leave, you never stick a toilet in my room. And I would have missed out on that if I didn't return your senior year. And I'm glad I didn't miss you putting a toilet in my room in lieu of my chair. And somehow you tried to convince me it was a compliment. How? How is that a compliment? What?
How much was that chair cost, Missy?
It was school issue.
Exactly, so it's free. You know how much that toilet was?
Yeah, you showed me the receipt, it was $89. Ethan, where's Ethan? Thank you for always being the grown-up in the room. Even when I'm in the room, he's like a dad. He's like my dad, which is weird. I really appreciate it. Takaji, I don't appreciate it when you tell me, Takaji doesn't talk a lot. But the one time this year, he decided to initiate a conversation. He says, Mishi, why are you dressed like a grandma? Do you remember that, Takaji, or are you gonna act like you didn't say that?
We're wearing like gray sweatpants, gray sweatshirt.
Nicholas Dow, you've got to take the decal off, man. The Surface Pro. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's got. We don't need to go with the decal. The sticker's got to go. Anyway, my time is up. Literally. As tomorrow will be my last day here. Oh, please. I want to quote one of my favorite songs by Green Day.
I thought you were a big Hall & Oates fan.
I am, but do you know the song by Green Day? It's called Good Riddance. This is a famous line, and you probably didn't know the song was called Good Riddance. It's something unpredictable, but in the end, that's right. I hope you had the time of your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. G. We're going to call to the podium, please, Logan Bryson Hoover and Noah Peterson to present our next speaker.
Hi everyone. On behalf of the computer science class, we wanted to take a moment to thank Mr. Seaball and all that he's done for our class. Most of us started with him in 10th grade with AP Computer Science, but a couple of us didn't have the opportunity and jumped right into IB Comp Sci. Not only did Mr. Seaball ensure that everyone was on the same page, but he has been one of, if not the most supportive teachers throughout our high school experience. Mr. Seaball finds a way to perfectly balance teaching the curriculum, having engaging conversations, and finding some time to let us relax and take deep breaths.
Mr. Seaball learned to adapt through tough times, just as us students did these past couple of years. One of our favorite memories was how he only had a single person in class last year during hybrid learning. Not only has Mr. Seaball prepared us for a multitude of real-life applications of computer science, but was able to cater to every student and make sure that they were successful. From the computer science class, thank you, Mr. Seaball.
So I guess this will be a bit of a tone shift. But Jay, you did great. You did great. You did great. So yeah, I'm the computer science teacher. Seniors, thank you for inviting me to speak tonight. The class of 2022 is a particularly special class for me. You're my first group of seniors I've graduated from Westlake. I don't think I could have asked for a better class. I knew this class was special early on in your sophomore year, also my first full year at Westlake. I don't think it's a coincidence that after I taught my 2 AP computer science classes about cyber attacks, specifically distributed denial of service or DDoS attacks, the school internet would mysteriously shut down when your grade had a test. I won't name names, but I think you know who you are. Sorry, James. When Senora Morales asked me to speak at this banquet, I was hesitant. When she told me it was you who asked, how could I say no? I've thought a lot about what I have to say that could help, what advice I can give. I'm fairly confident that a lot of you are smarter than me at this point, anyways, honestly. However, I think we all know Westlake is or can be a little bit of a bubble. That's not necessarily a bad thing. But finally, you're breaking out of this bubble. You're moving on to the next step. It doesn't matter if that step is college or work. The bubble is expanding and it's popping. So, what is the thing that will be popping this metaphorical bubble? Well, it's experiences. Experiences of all types. The quote, real world is full of them. Some of you will have no problem getting out there and filling your time with tons of different experiences. But I know some of you are like me. Maybe you're a little nervous, a little hesitant regarding this next step. Look, it's easy to play it safe. In fact, it's only natural. That's the flight in fight or flight. But to gain the knowledge and wisdom that will make you well-rounded young adults, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. This brings me to my advice. Say yes. Get out there and start saying yes. To have experiences, you have to be open to them. You have to start saying yes. Should you join that club? Yes. Should you talk to that person? Yes. Should you do that thing? Yes. Start saying yes. It might not always be easy, might not always be fun, but you'll learn. Your experiences will grow, and you will grow. If you're like me, you might play the what if game. What if it's difficult? What if I suck? What if I don't like it? What if I fail? Well, something I learned way later than I should have, something my therapist taught me, is that you have to, if you play the what if game, you have to play it both ways. What if it's not that hard? What if I'm good at it? What if I love it? What if I succeed? Again, say yes. Go for it. Gain that experience. Finally, I just want to say, I think sometimes it's easy to focus on the negative in this world. Just yesterday, another awful tragedy in a school, no less. But you all give me hope. Every interaction, every conversation, whether you're venting to me in the morning before school, whether it was just a philosophical or personal conversation, all of those things filled me with hope. On my bad days, y'all made me laugh. You made me smile. You made me better. My favorite part of this job has been getting to know you personally. I know some of you have heard me say this, but it bears repeating. You're more than a number in a grade book, on a transcript. You're a human being with worth and full of promise. And I can't wait for a world where y'all are in charge. In fact, to that, I say yes. Class of 2022, I love you. Profe says hi. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sivak. Right now, I'm going to go to the podium, Nithya Kumar, to present the next part. I'm going to have some gifts for you.
I want to start out by giving a round of applause to the amazing speakers we have heard today. I hope everyone enjoyed the acts going today. I know I enjoyed being pummeled into defeat multiple times. So today I have the distinction and privilege to welcome a member of our community who is integral to our school. Dr. Shelley Myers, Executive Director of the Westlake Academy Foundation, is in charge of making sure that our schools and teachers have the funds needed for students to excel in their IB endeavors. She is responsible for planning and executing various successful fundraisers, such as the Blacksmith Annual Fund, Westlake Baja, and Gallery Night. She is always a delight to see on campus, so let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Shelley Myers.
Nitya, thank you. Of all the things that I've ever been called and described as delightful, is usually not in the top 10, so you are precious and I love you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. The 14 students who have been here since kindergarten, could you please raise your hand? I need to thank you, each of you, because we shared a first day of school together. Your first day was my first day at Westlake Academy 13 years ago. And what I realized, the power of kindergartners, when you are having a rough day and I would see you on the playground, or I would see you in the hallways with your books open and just so full of energy and in the moment. So whatever day that I might have been having, you just made it all perfect. So this is an extra emotional senior banquet for me as my 13th senior banquet, and I just wanted to say thank you to each of you kindergartner through senior, who we need to give you guys a name. Survivor? Yes, no, what? So we've got to work on this. Legacy. Okay. Someone who hasn't been through the IB program? No, it's hard, but it is legacy. I like that. I like that. Who came in PYP? Anytime in the PYP? So for and the MYP, we got a few more. And who were those ultimate risk takers who came for DP? Fantastic. Whenever you joined the Westlake Academy family tree, that beautiful branch for the class of 2022 is right here, and I'm just so proud to welcome each of you into the Westlake Academy Alumni Association. And it's sort of, they're up here, you've got these gifts, but a lot of folks have asked over the years just what is in that box, so I'm going to spill the beans a bit. There's a Peter Jefferson Cup, and this is a, speaking of legacy, there's many decades, centuries actually, back to Thomas Jefferson. And on it is Westlake Academy and your name and your 2022. And I received one many years ago, and over the years I would throw coins in. If you guys still remember, these are artifacts. I use mine as artifacts now because you are your Venmo, your Cash App, so these are coins. And I used it for paper clips, right? And I know now you upload to Turnitin and manage back, and so these used to hold papers together. And if you ever see them at some point, this is a good use to hold them. And then I thought, you guys, everything's all digital, but you're going to go all kinds of places in the world, and you're going to do amazing things, and you were going to visit places near and far. And I thought, well, gosh, what if they actually just found like a little pebble of all these cool places? And maybe that's what you'll use your Jefferson Cup for. But whatever fills this cup, I am hopeful that you will see that Westlake Academy, and at any time over the years, you will remember each other and the teachers and the time that you shared, no matter how long you were here, because as they say, it's not where you started, but it's where you finished. And I'm so proud of you for finishing here at Westlake Academy. So with that, I think it is Dr. Owen, good sir, and he will read your names, and so, my two lovely moms will be coming up. If you just come up and we'll give you your Jefferson Cup. Thank you.
Sorry.
Alrighty. Okay. So, Shania Ali. Zaid Aslam. Sami Batier. Keaton Brazil. Jacob Brooks. Benji Cavazos.
So we're all going to hand out. We'll just no, just on the fly. That's you are not Benjamin.
Landra Clovis. Hannah Cohen. Nate Kuto.
There's Sami, got Keenan, and Nathaniel. You're good. Let us get caught up. Thank you, friend.
Nicholas Dow. Haley Dempsey. Caitlin Grass. Matthew Dill. Leo Dyer. Catherine Evans. Colin Fennan. Toby Foley. Raj Ganesh. Rupra Gupta. Joseph Hagman. Mariah Hampton. Fred Held. Demi Held. Katie Hung. Alicia Islam. Dominic Jimenez. Cindy Kakani. Gabriel Kelly. Nash Kendall. Nithya Kumar. Raya Khan. Will Custer.
Reese Lacroix, Ethan Lotan, Will Manchak, Neil Mendonça, Ashrin Menon, Gabrielle McCall, Justin Milton, Elizabeth Mitsenes, Emily Mohan, Tyler Wen, Fielden Orland, Nolan Owens, Noah Peterson, Kyle Pinsonold, Kai Prison, Alexa Pylant, Anthony Ramone, Parker Reed, Logan Riesenhuber, Takaji Robson, Lazaro Rodriguez, Lucas Romero, Nicholas Sanders, Mohammed Saeed, Jordan Scott, Hasuda Sharma, Hassan Siddiqui, who can't be here tonight, Terrell Smith, Josie Thomas, Pranav Trivedi, Tyler Ward, Melena Williams, David Withers, and Hayley Sutek.
Thank you, Dr. Shelley Myers, for these gifts. And now it's time to say thank you. Okay? So here we go.
All right. Good evening. My name is Patty Pinsnow, and I am one of the senior mom volunteers for the senior activities and for the senior banquet. Tonight, on behalf of all the senior parents, we want to recognize all the devoted and caring Tacoma program teachers and staff. We want to thank you, teachers, for all the support and guidance that you have given our children for the last 2 years. Their successes are because of you. Thank you, Mrs. Yee and Mr. Seabaugh, for being the keynote speakers at the banquet tonight. And we have some gifts for you, so please accept these gift cards as a token of our appreciation. If you could please stand so that they could find you, Mr. Seabaugh and Mrs. Yee. Thank you, Dr. Barson, for encouraging words of wisdom, and we wish you the best with your retirement. Could you please stand so that we could give you some flowers? Dr. Myers, we thank the Foundation for giving the seniors their class of 2022 signs at the beginning of the school year and for their Jefferson Cups tonight. Please stand. And a very big and sincere thank you to Dr. Owen and Sonora Morales for being the senior class staff sponsors. They worked so hard and with great humor to meet this challenging last year for our seniors. Thank you, Ms. Morales, also for being the keynote speaker. Please accept the flowers. DP teachers and staff, please stand so that we may give you a round of applause. I would also like to acknowledge some amazing senior moms who have served on the Senior Mom Committee and have spent countless hours planning these year-long senior activities. We are truly grateful for their time and dedication for making this a special year for our seniors. Julie Kelly, please stand. Lisa Pylan, Kay Hong, and Sonia Watson, Lily Jimenez, and Paula Peterson. But I also want to say thank you to the many parents who have stepped up when we had sent out requests for assistance for the senior lunches, for creating the sweatshirts, for bringing food for the Oasis during IB exams, taking photographs at all the special events, and the list goes on and on. Thank you, parents. Let's give all the parents of the class of 2022 a round of applause. I would like to recognize and thank the junior class moms who are here volunteering their times at the banquet tonight. Thank you so much. And lastly, seniors, please do not forget to take your senior boards home tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wallen. Thanks for making physics tolerable the past 3 years.
Thanks for buying me radiation toys.
Thank you for destroying our GPAs.
Thank you, Mr. Haney. Merci beaucoup, Madame King.
Thank you, Ms. Doe. Thank you, Coach Nutty.
Thank you, support staff.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach Luckett. Thank you, Coach Cheatham. Thank you, Mr. Siva. I love you.
Thank you, Miss Yee.
Hi, my name is Logan. I just want to thank Miss Yee for everything that she's done for us since sophomore year. She's been kind of my rock for math, and she's been very helpful in not only showing us and teaching us, but then also like being there early and staying late to help explain if we are confused.
Hi, my name is Nitya Kumar. I've had Miss Yee since sophomore year, and I'm really grateful to have that pleasure. She has helped me a lot, especially through with the math. She's always there whenever I have a question, even if it's 5 o'clock in the evening and I have completely misinterpreted something, so I'm really grateful for that.
Enter stage left and stage right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mueller, for giving us a theater program to work with. Thank you. It's been such a fun experience getting to grow up with you throughout the years. And while some of us have gotten covered in face paint and others in feathers, we wanted to say a huge thank you. Thank you on 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you! Thank you, Dr. Elliott! Got into the college I wanted to, so.
Thank you, Dr. Elliott, for being here, even though I got here extremely late in the like Westlake Academy process. You were there and taught me so much about history and the world, and you really appreciated your class.
Thank you, Dr. Elliott. I really enjoyed talking about the Civil War with you, and I'm really glad that you were able to write my letter of recommendation. Thank you so much.
Hey, you put up with us for 2 years, so congratulations.
You did an amazing job.
that was a really good
We love you, Miss Harrell.
So much, Ms. Smith, for helping me with my extended essay and my IAs. I'm really glad that you were able to write my letter of recommendation, and I appreciate that you were able to inspire me to continue on with chemistry in college. Thank you so much.
She has a lot to think about. I just want to thank you for helping me with just general schoolwork and keeping me motivated throughout the school year, because I needed it.
Hey, Mom.
I'm Raya. I just wanted to thank Dr. Kaler for all her hard work and helping me through my extended essay.
And I'm Basuda, and I wanted to thank Dr. Kaler for her support throughout my senior year and also providing so much help learning biology. I'm Shania, and I wanted to thank Dr. Kaler for being so understanding and helping me through the IA process.
Hi, my name's Hannah. I'd like to thank Ms. James, our DP art teacher, for really encouraging me to go to art school and always being there for me and encouraging me to go to art competitions. I'd also like to thank Mr. Seabog, our computer science teacher. I always loved learning from him. He had such a passion for teaching others, and I would like to thank all the teachers for putting in their hard work.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas, for enduring part of my class. I know it's pretty rough, but we appreciate it.
So I just wanted to say thank you to the general, all the teachers I've had for making it possible.
Thank you, Miss Yee, and thank you, Coach Nodi, for making this an amazing high school experience.
We love you, Miss Thomas.
Dr. Owen! Go Liverpool!
Love you, Miss Morales.
Take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some helping heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. It's a wheel in constant motion. I hope you dance. So long. I hope you dance. Who wants to look back on their youth and wonder where those years have gone? I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. It's a wheel in constant motion. I hope you dance. So long. I hope you dance. Wants to look back on their youth and wonder where those years have gone. Tell me who wants to look back on their youth and wonder where those years have Tell me who wants to look back on their youth and wonder where those years have
And like the song says, if you get the chance, you get the choice to sit down or dance, guess what? Espero que bailen. Okay? Espero que bailen. I hope you dance. Looking at all of you and where you're going, we know for sure that your future is bright. But remember, come and visit. Remember that Westlake Academy is your home, and you can always come back home. We'll be happy to see you. Actually, we'll be waiting for you. Alrighty, and to close this beautiful and special night, I'm gonna ask Lucas Romero to present somebody very special for all of us.
Now, to close out the banquet, I wanted to take a moment to appreciate Dr. Owen and all that he's done. For all this, I just knew him as the DP principal, but he became our history teacher as well as the DP principal. And I think it's safe to say throughout this year he's become a friend to the entirety of the senior class. He's come a long way since we met him, as Dr. Owen gained his U.S. citizenship this year. I like to imagine from ordering fish and chips, he's now ordering a burger and fries. And now from going to the loo, he goes to the bathroom. He truly has changed, but sadly, I have yet to hear his American accent. Regardless, please welcome Dr. Owen.
Good evening, everyone. At last year's senior banquet, they played the British national anthem as I came up on stage, and I actually told the audience that I was in the process of applying for US citizenship. I really hope that this year I could come on to some Bruce Springsteen and sort of get everyone pumped up with a chant of USA, USA. Maybe next year. So, tonight has been a truly wonderful evening, gathering together to celebrate and to honor this phenomenal class of 2022. The senior banquet is always a special night. It's one of the jewels in the crown of senior week. And this evening has been no exception. Hearing the speeches, seeing these adorable photographs of when you were young, seeing all the amazing places where you're going to college, where I know that you're going to continue to be academic superstars. I think one thing that actually is an exception, I think, is just the phenomenal job that firstly our senior parents have done this year. I can't begin to tell you how meaningful and important it is to have our senior parents supporting our students and supporting the teachers in just such a phenomenal way, from senior sunrise to senior retreat via the senior lunches to the veritable smorgasbord of treats and delights that you were putting on at the Marriott for the IB exams. I know that the time and energy and creativity that our senior parents have put into celebrating our students comes from a place of caring for our students' well-being and a belief that every student should feel special, loved, and celebrated. So thank you for that. I also just want to also take this opportunity to thank Dr. Bryson, our outgoing executive director. Dr. Bryson has been with us since 2014. I think at a time in Westlake, she's fostered a culture where students not only meet expectations, but they raise the bar themselves for their own learning. And the way that you've spoken about there's always power in the struggle is you are sending a message to not only students, but to teachers, but to embrace challenge, welcome change. So for your support and determination, and the way that you've made Westlake Academy the best place for teachers to teach and students to learn, we are genuinely grateful for you. So please give a huge round of applause for Dr. Alrighty. Now, just for a few closing remarks about our absolutely exceptional students. On these occasions, the closing remarks are meant to be offering a few words of advice for the future. So think of this as a final fireside chat from your friendly principal and history teacher. Now, over the last year, I've had the privilege, for those of you who have taught history, of offering many of you advice in the form of my golden nuggets. These little but shiny pieces of historical insight to separate the top-notch analysis from the prosaic description. But these golden nuggets are, of course, well, they're about history. They're about the past. And nights like this should be about looking to the future. So, rather shamelessly, I'm going to try and fudge it and try and combine a bit of history with looking to the future. So, given what you've learned about the past,
why certain events happen, why things are significant, why there's often competing perspectives. I want you, as you leave here and as you embark on your new adventures, to always be questioning. This isn't just about being curious learners, which of course is important. This is more about using the skills that you've learned to question what's going on around you in the world in which you live. I want you always, and this is an IB history term, I want you always to have an OPCVL in your back pocket. I want you always to be thinking about the origin, the purpose, and the content of something to figure out whether it's valuable or whether it's limited. Use those skills of historical evaluation to work out for yourselves what you think is rhetoric, what you think is reality. And use your skills of historical inquiry to hold to account those who are making decisions that affect you. You are all incredibly smart, perceptive young adults, and I always want you, always, to stand up for what you believe in. So on this note, while it was FDR who had his fireside chats, I'm going to segue to British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, who said, "This is the lesson. Never give in. Never give in. Never, never, never. In nothing great or small, large or petty. Never give in, except to convictions of honor and good sense." So I think with you, I've probably now exhausted the history, if one could ever really do such a thing. And now it's up to you to go out there, to college, to the wider world, and you to create your own history. And you will, because for the future, I just know each and every one of you have absolutely got this. And if there's one bit of further advice I want to give you, which is a bit of a cliche, but like most cliches, they have a kernel of truth to them. I want you to follow your passion and do something that you love. Because I can certainly tell you all, as your principal, I've absolutely loved you, and I'm going to miss you so much. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow for bricklaying and Saturday for graduation. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your presence tonight. We welcome you to stay around to take some pictures. And we will see you tomorrow to continue the celebration and of course on Saturday. Thank you so much for tonight. Buenas noches.
You say the price of my love is not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 da. You say our love is draining and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject, my loyal, royal subject, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war for your love, for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad, so don't throw away this thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da.
You were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain, when I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feel like December when somebody say your name. 'Cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost, and I felt all of the hatred was too powerful to stop. Now my heart feel like an ember, and it's lighting up the dark. I'll carry these torches for you, and you know I'll never drop. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. Memories bring back your.
Somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, And all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van, in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name and a star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I'd become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that blast first. Wish I made it to homecoming, got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my shell. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon, we just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far, I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone.